Hello, I'm here on Churches on this busy Tuesday, noisy afternoon. There's a lovely lady busker violinist behind me, enjoy. There's another one further up and another lady busker, so it doesn't really matter where they go, but who cares, right? As long as I get the message across and they deliver the awful truth to the good people of Liverpool. Like I've said before many times in my videos, we have watched what has happened to other communities, towns and cities across the country that have underwent profound cultural change. We've also watched what's happening now as I speak to countries like France, Sweden, Germany, that have allowed cultural change to sink its roots so deep. The new arrivals are not only in the driving seat. Cultural change is causing umpteen problems for those countries, right? I think people are well aware of what I'm saying, especially in France, right? Gay Paris, as it was once known, is no longer Gay Paris. It's a hellhole, a scary place, especially places like Saint-Denis. Travelling on the Paris Metro and so on and so on, right? Paris, Marseille, Lyon and many other major cities are undergoing serious problems now due to profound cultural change. So why would we, what we've witnessed happen in other communities, towns and cities across the country, as well as other countries across Europe, Germany, France, Sweden, let's say, why would we want the same here for our Liverpool? We would have to be mad, literally mad, as a great man once said, right? We would have to be mad to want the same as what these communities have undergone, right? Why would we want the same? Well, as I've said, I don't believe the good people of Liverpool do. And I think they can now see, especially being in possession, metaphorically speaking, of a crystal ball that's told us what's on the way, how it unfolds, and the end result. Also as well, we're possessed with experience, knowledge. The proof is in the pudding. Look what's happened to London. Look what's happened to many other places across the country that have underwent profound cultural change. Well, exactly, right? So why would we want the same here for our glorious city? Well, we wouldn't, and I don't believe the good people of this city do, right? So the only way we're going to stop this, ladies and gentlemen, is you've got to vote out the politicians aiding and abetting this, or at the very least turning a blind eye as to what is happening to our city and our cherished city centre. Our cherished city centre is being changed. It's losing its identity, its character, its scouse status. You know it is. People that venture into the city centre know where Joe Owens is coming from, right? They know what I'm saying is the truth. We don't stop this, ladies and gentlemen, we will end up, as I've said, like London, Bradford, Bolton, Burnley, Oldham, Blackburn, where people live parallel lives. We don't want that for our city. Why would we? As I've said, we'd have to be mad, literally mad, right? Therefore, we must vote out the politicians responsible, ladies and gentlemen. They're responsible for this mess, or at the very least, they're turning a blind eye to this outrage, what's happening to our cherished city centre and our glorious city, right? It is being culturally changed, ladies and gentlemen. We must oppose this. We oppose it at election time. There's a by-election in Helsby and Runcorn, is it? Or is it Runcorn and Helsby, whichever way round. My opinion, the only candidate worth voting for is the Reform candidate. Reform's not perfect, but what party is? Well, exactly. I would give Reform your vote, because if you believe that part of Runcorn Helsby won't be culturally changed, then you're foolish and naive to believe that, because that's earmarked, like everywhere else is, for cultural change. So that's my opinion, right, is to give the Reform candidate your vote. Like I've said, Reform aren't perfect, but what party is, right? Anyway, remember, say no to cultural change, yes to Scouse pride, shout it out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you.